It is only to establish belief in the creator of all the heavens. That's all. So when you look at the scriptures, who are the two of the greatest workers of the Bible in miracles before Yahushua's walk in the flesh? When you think about it, it would have to be no other than Moses and Elijah. Okay, these two prophets did more miracles in the Old Testament than anybody else, hands down. And the miracles or the blessings that they did, the Most High used his right hand, Yahushua, to help them do the things that they did. It was never a miracle, it was from the Most High's hand. I want to read Exodus 7 and 9. Remember, the heathen said a miracle. The heathens used that word. I'm about to show you right now that the heathens did use that word. So for us to be saying it, is we're just copying what the heathens have said. The Most High is the God of terror, right? Exodus chapter 7, verse 9. Exodus chapter 7, I'm going to read verse 9. Okay, this is when Moses and Aaron paired up to go and free their people through the Most High. Exodus 7 and 9. When Pharaoh shall speak unto you, saying, show a miracle for you, then thou shalt say unto Aaron, take thy rod and cast it before Pharaoh, and it shall become a serpent. So who asked for this miracle? Pharaoh's going to ask for this miracle. Verse 10. And Moses and Aaron went in unto Pharaoh, and they did so as the Most High had commanded. And Aaron cast down his rod before Pharaoh and before his servants, and it became a serpent. Then Pharaoh also called the wise men and the sorcerers. So he had sorcerers and the magicians of Egypt. They also did in like manner with their enchantments. So you can't tell me this power don't exist. This Bible is just not a little child's storybook. This is real stuff that happened. Esau's not going to tell you that he has this power on the left-hand side to do some of these things as well. This was the Hamites. These weren't even the Israelites that had this power. This was the Hamites. Think about Persia. Persia, Cyrus and Darius had all kinds of magicians and enchanters. Remember what Daniel, was it Daniel or Joseph? It was Joseph. Remember what Joseph? It was both. Joseph and Daniel were interpreting dreams, right? They both interpreted dreams. But prior to them interpreting the dreams, Pharaoh used his own sorcerers and magicians to interpret their dreams, right? So these type of things have always been in the earth, but the Most High always destroyed them. Where are we at? Exodus 7 and 12, was it? Yeah. For they cast down every man his rod, and they became serpents. But Aaron's rod swallowed up their rods. So that's the Most High's power. That's something simple. Most High is just showing that Pharaoh, look, I got just as much power as you got. Look at verse 13. And he hardened Pharaoh's heart, that he hearkened not unto them as the Most High had said. That's child's play with the Most High. And the Most High said unto Moses, said unto Moses, Pharaoh's heart is hardened. He refuseth to let the people go. So this is what we're experiencing here in America as well. Us not getting the proper inheritance that we deserve in this land is based on the same aspect. Esau's heart has hardened. All the politicians, all the billionaires, the Forbes magazine people, all these people, their hearts have hardened. The bankers, all right, all their hearts have hardened. So we're here for a duration of time until the Most High sends Yahushua back on the earth to redeem us. Okay? When you drop down to verse 17, it says, Thus saith the Most High, and this thou shalt know that I am the power. Behold, I will smite with the rod that is in my hand upon the waters which are in the river, and they shall be turned to blood. Okay, so when you deal with Esau, now all these things Esau done really eyeballed these chapters of the book of Exodus, right? Those 7 plagues, he is fearful of those plagues that came on Egypt. Why? Because he knows the Israelites are here. Why do you think he always talks about it so much? He is fearful. He studies them. He tries to figure out Was it a scientific reason for this stuff to happen? For the water to turn into blood? Okay. Now it says, let's read that verse again. What is it, 17? It says, thus saith the Lord, and thou shalt know that I am the power. Behold, I will smite with the rod that is in my hand upon the waters which are in the river, and they shall be turned to blood. Now when you talk to Esau, Esau said, oh, it was not blood. He'll say it was the anthrax that came off the, he said it's the anthrax that came off the algae, the red anthrax, right? The red dirt that came off the algae, it made the water blood. No, this was blood. The Most High said it was blood, it was blood. Okay? So when you contaminate the water with blood, can the fish breathe? Remember, the fish breathe oxygen. Yeah, you might say, oh yeah, blood has oxygen in it, but this is dead amoeba all in the water. Dead cells, right? Which turns into diseases, which kills the fish, right? Look at verse 18. And the fish that is in the river shall die, and the river shall stink, and the Egyptians shall loathe to drink of the water of the river. So this is what happened. When that blood hit that water, the fish died. They got smothered. Okay? So when the fish died, what happened? What was next? What was next? The frogs came. So you had tens of thousands of frogs laying eggs. So now they don't have a natural enemy, which were the fish that would eat those eggs. Now you got frogs everywhere, right? So these frogs, what are their jobs? Basically, in vast numbers, to eat everything that is around there, their whole habitat. They're going to eat everything. It's called the ecosystem. They're going to eat everything around them. With no natural enemies to kill the frogs, these things are all over the place. So if they eat all the habitations, they eventually are just going to die off too. Okay? So this destroyed all the food supply. It all diminished. So if frogs die, think about it. I mean, just think about it in your mind. I mean, Esau got to do all this scientific stuff. But when frogs die, now you got dead frogs all over the place. What's coming for the frogs? You got gnats, you got flies, you got birds. The Most High, all he did was poison the water. And everything else took his natural catastrophe way, right? And that's what happened. And then next thing you know, you got dead animals, right? And you got people eating these dead animals who are filled with diseases. And if you're not covered by the blood of the Most High, by Hashem HaMashiach Yahushai, you're just going to die. You're just going to die, right? So there's a lot of Israelites who also experienced death through those 6 plagues, right? So those 6 plagues destroyed all the gods of Egypt. The Most High wiped out the sun, which they believed in the Ray God, right? He wiped that out with darkness, right? He wiped out the water, which was Osiris. He wiped out all these gods. What do you think he's going to do to America? Get ready for your Christmas to be surprises. Get ready for your Thanksgiving to have turkeys all over the place, like I told Jonathan. Get ready for your Halloweens to have witchcraft all over the place, killing people. Right? All these plagues of America, the same thing that happened in Egypt is going to happen here. This is what Esau's afraid of. Valentine's Day, hearts are going to explode. 4th of July, dynamite. Right? You might see explosions of dynamite. Right? Father's Day, father's going to be dying. Mother's going to be dying on Mother's Day. Okay? All of these are going to be the plagues of Mystery Babylon. Stuff is coming to a theater near you. All these holidays that these people worship is going to kill them. Okay? The Most High has to destroy all of it because it's polluted all the world with all these holidays and not his holy days. So this is what's coming. All right? Boils and lesions on the skin. All this stuff is coming. All right? So we just got to just sit back, believe in the Most High, and do his will. That's all we have to do. Okay? So it's all about giving the Most High his praises, giving him praises. Let's go to Deuteronomy 6 and 4 again. Deuteronomy 6 and 4. It's funny because all those holidays are here. I mean, the Most High he's just going to take them out one by one. Deuteronomy 6 and 4. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our power is one Lord, one Yahweh, one God. Okay? And thou shalt love the Most High thy power with all your heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. Okay, now Yahushua said if you just had the faith of the seed of a mustard seed, that's not even 10%. The Most High said, if you love me with all your heart, I give you all these things. I give you Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 15. All the blessings. Okay? So it says, of them, it says, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thy house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. So these are the things we must talk about on a day-to-day basis. Like I said earlier, pound for pound, day by day, we are fighting unbelievers every day, proving the Bible over and over and over. Let's go to Exodus chapter 20. Exodus 20. Exodus 20, verse 11. Exodus chapter 20, verse 11. Exodus 20, verse 11. For in 6 days the Most High made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that is in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Most High blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. So that's something else we got to follow. We know that. It says, honor thy father and thy mother. I wanted to look for something else. That's not what I was looking for. Numbers 20, that's what it is. Not Exodus, is Numbers. Those were the commandments. That whole chapter speaks on the commandments. Numbers 20, let's try that. I'm looking for the verse on Moses. Here it is. Numbers chapter 20. I knew it was somewhere here. That's how you remember verses though. A lot of the verses are similar by the name and the verse. Sometimes it's just different books. You got to train your mind and remember verses based on that, just on the number alone. You might have a scripture that's 7-11. You might have 5 scriptures that has 7-11 that are the same thing, same precepts, but it's for you to figure out. All right, Numbers chapter 20, verse 10. And Moses and Aaron gathered the congregation together before the rock, and he said unto them, hear now, ye rebels, must we fetch you water out of this rock? Moses called them rebels. And Moses lifted up his hand, and with his rod he smite the rock twice. And the water came out abundantly, and the congregation drank, and their beast also. And the Most High spoke unto Moses and Aaron, because you believe me not, to sanctify me in the eyes of the children of Israel, therefore ye shall not bring the congregation into the land which I have given you. So what got in the way of Moses right here of his belief? For one, those rebels, because he was cussing the rebels out. Basically, he was saying, look, I'm tired of y'all, right? But then his pride got in the way. His pride got in the way. He wanted to show as an old man, he still had power over these young men. Moses was like 120. But he had to show these young men, look, the Most High is still with me. That was a form of pride. And what did he do? The Most High said, speak unto the rock. Moses used his staff and hit the rock 3 times. And because of that, Moses didn't enter into the kingdom. Just from that alone. Most High ain't playing. Very serious. So the unbelief can cause you not to enter into the kingdom. Your unbelief. Just like the mustard seed, if you have unbelief, the same way it works. The same way. So you have to always be up and up on your belief side, on your belief and your faith. People are going to challenge you every day on your belief and faith. Let's look at the prophet Elijah. Let's look at him. Let's go to 1 Kings. This right here is something that people can't understand either. Don't you know, if you have a miracle of your own testimony, and you tell some people about what happened to you, do you know it will not impact them? Sometimes the Most High do things just for you, just to impact you. Okay? Sometimes he do it for you to impact the brothers and sisters you teach with. But a lot of times you take that to your job, you tell them the same thing, you hear crickets all around you. They ain't gonna believe a word that you just said. They gonna think that you crazy. All right, let's read this. 1 Kings chapter 17, verse 3. 1 Kings chapter 17, verse 3. And it reads, Get thee hence, and turn the eastward, and hide thyself by the brook Cherith, that is before Jordan. In this particular lesson, Elijah was the prophet. He was a prominent prophet in that land. And Jezebel was a queen that was trying to kill him. She had her soldiers chasing him into the wilderness. So the Most High told Elijah to go into this place, Jordan. It says, verse 4, And it shall be that thou shalt drink of the brook, and I have commanded the ravens to feed thee there. So he went and did according unto the word of the Most High. For he went and dwelt by the brook Cherith, that is before Jordan. And the ravens brought him bread and flesh in the morning, flesh meaning meat, and bread and flesh in the evening, and he drank of the brook. Now, how many brothers you know who's out in the wilderness and birds brought them something to eat and drink? Try telling that story to somebody. They're going to look at you like you done lost your mind. But this happened to one of our forefathers, Elijah the prophet. He was fed by ravens. Okay? Meat and bread. Meat and bread. So the Most High takes care of his people. The things that he does for us, he won't do for anybody else. So a lot of people would doubt this story. Let's go to 1 Kings chapter 18. And like I said, I'm trying not to say the word miracles, but for this lesson, these are miracles of our forefathers. Okay? 1 Kings chapter 18, verse 20. So Ahab sent unto the children of Israel and gathered the prophets together with Mount Carmel. Okay, and this is going into Elijah challenging the prophets of Baal. It says, and Elijah came unto all the people and said, How long halt you be between two opinions? And think about this. There's always two opinions. It's never one opinion. It's always two. Okay? You're always going to have two things to talk about. Never just one. If the Most High be of the Most High, follow him. But if Baal, then follow him. And the people answered him not a word. Then said Elijah unto the people, I, even I, only remain a prophet of the Most High. But Baal's prophets are 450 men. So he was outnumbered. Let them therefore give us 2 bullocks, and let them choose 1 bullock for themselves, and cut in pieces, and lay it on the wood, and put no fire under. And I will dress the other bullocks, and lay it on the wood, and put no fire under. And call ye on the name of your gods, and I will call on the name of my power. And the Most High Yahweh that answereth, and the God that answereth by the fire, let him be God. And all the people answered and said, It is well spoken. And Elijah said unto the prophets of Baal, Choose you 1 bullock for yourselves, and dress it first. For ye are many, and call on the name of your gods. But put no fire under it. And they took the bullock which was given them, and they dressed it, and called on the name of Baal, from morning even unto noon, saying, O Baal, hear us. But there was no voice, nor any that answered. And they leaped upon the altar which was made. And it came to pass at noon that Elijah mocked them, and said, Cry aloud, for he is a god. Either he is talking, or he is pursuing, or he is in a journey, or perhaps even sleepeth and must be awake. So can we mock the other people's gods? Absolutely. Can we mock Islam's God? Absolutely. You know how they be like, man, you got to treat everybody fairly. That's what they believe in. You can mock other people's gods. Here's our prophet Elijah mocking all these other gods. Did he get along to go along? No. He mocked their gods. The hell with these other gods. They can't do nothing. They ain't nothing but wood and stone. Right? Most High first commandment. Thou shalt not have any other gods before us. Doggone gods. You know? And it came to pass at noon that Elijah mocked them. I'll drop down to 28. And they cried loud and cut themselves after their manner with knives and lances till the blood gushed out upon them. And it came to pass when midday was past, and they prophesied unto the time of the offering of the evening sacrifice, that there was neither voice, nor any to answer, nor any that regarded. And Elijah said unto all the people, Come near unto me. And all the people came near unto him, and he repaired the altar of the Most High, the altar of the Lord that was broken down. And Elijah took 12 stones according to the number of the tribes of the sons of Jacob, unto whom the word of the Most High came, saying, Israel shall be thy name. So now he's stamping on the name of Israel. So a lot of you brothers try to shush Israel up. It's all about the tribes. It's all about the 12 tribes. We are the tabernacle of the Most High. We are the tabernacle of the Most High today. All right. And with the stones he built an altar in the name of the Most High. And he made a trench about the altar, as great as wound would contain 2 measures of seed. And he put the wood in order and cut the bullock in pieces and laid them on the wood and said, Fill 4 barrels with water and pour it on the burnt sacrifice and on the wood. And he said, Do it the second time. And they did it the second time. And he said, Do it the third time. And they did it the third time. And the water ran around about the altar, and he filled the trench also with water. And it came to pass at the time of the offering of the evening sacrifice that Elijah the prophet came near and said, Yahweh Bahashem Mashiach Yahushai, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, let it be known this day that thou art the power of Israel, and that I am the servant. And that, wait a minute, y'all got to read that again. It said that I am the prophet, I am the king, I am the general. It says, no, I am the servant. He humbled down. He humbled down like Yahushai humbled down. Yahushai said, I'm a servant. And that I have done all these things at thy word. Hear me, O power, hear me, that this people may know that thou art the power, and that thou hast turned their heart back again. Then the fire of the Most High fell and consumed the burnt sacrifice, and the wood, and the stones, and the dust, and licked up the water that was in the trench. So the Most High showed up. Why? Because he put the Most High before all. Right? These are the things that we have to learn. We have to understand, believe, and have faith in that. That the Most High is all in all. Alright? So Yahushua did the same things Elijah did. Alright? What did he do? He healed the lepers. Peter and Paul did the same thing. They healed the sick. They healed the wounded. When you go in the book of Acts chapter 3, that's what Peter did. He healed the leper, he healed the lame. When you read Acts chapter 14 and 8, let's go there. Because a lot of people don't think Paul did anything. They don't think that Paul had power of the Most High to do anything. Remember, Paul was blinded from the horse. Paul saw the Most High. Or Saul. Acts 14, verse 8. Acts 14 and 8. And there was a certain man at Lystra, impotent in his feet, being a cripple from his mother's womb, who never had walked. The same heard Paul speak, who steadfastly beholding him, and perceiving that he had faith to be healed. Remember, it says he had faith to be healed. Said with a loud voice, Stand upright on thy feet. And he leaped and walked. And when the people saw what Paul had done, they lift up their voices, saying in the speech of Lycaonia, the gods are come down to us in the likeness of men. And they called Barnabas Jupiter and Paul Mercurius, because he was the chief speaker. Even after Paul had said who he healed this man in, they still was calling them pagan gods. See how wicked our people are? Our people are the same way. They still going to call on Jesus. Oh, Jesus. They're going to still call him. They still going to call all these other pagan gods. But they will not call on the Father of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. This is the key to our understanding of how the Most High works miracles. He works them through himself. We have to pray through him to get them. We're about to close out in a minute. I want to go to Philippians chapter 4 and 13. Let's go there real quick. I just wanted to touch on this. And I mean, if I was doing a video, I would have to probably establish all the visuals and all these things that keep people's minds capacitated, you know, so they don't walk away from it. But pretty much we have to understand that our power is the power. He is God, you know. Philippians chapter 4 verse 13, it reads, I can do all things through Hamashiach, which strengthens me. Notwithstanding, ye have well done that you did communicate with my affliction. Now ye Philippians know also that in the beginning of the gospel, when I departed from Macedonia, no church communicated with me as concerning giving and receiving, but ye only. All right, so this is Paul speaking. And he's saying through Hamashiach we can do all things, right? So this is how we have to be. This is how we have to be on a day-to-day basis. 2 more verses. I'm going to go to Luke 1 and 37. I'm going to read Luke 1 and 37. So, I mean, you brothers and sisters got a lot of correcting to do in your own vocabulary and in other people's vocabulary. You got to stand up for the Most High and stop saying miracles. Say the Most High did it. Luke 1 and 37. For with Yahweh nothing shall be impossible. Nothing shall be impossible. Let's go to Psalms 91. Psalms chapter 9, verse 1. Psalms chapter 9. Verse 1. I will praise thee, O power Yahweh, with my whole heart. I will show forth all thy marvelous works. I will be glad and rejoice in you. I will sing praise to thy name, O thou most high. When my enemies are turned back, they shall fail and perish at thy presence. This is the take you have to have with the heathen. When they mock you, ask the Most High to rain down fire on them. You can do that to the heathen, but not on your brothers. Not on the 12 tribes of Israel. You got to show mercy. All right? So with that, I hope that was of some kind of edification for you brothers and sisters to understand that the Most High is the power. There is no miracles. All right? But Satan uses miracles. And before I go, I just thought about this. In Thessalonians, it speaks on how Satan will use miracles. See? Satan uses miracles. Let's go to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 8. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Most High shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, miracles, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. All right? So that is the understanding that we don't deal with miracles. We deal with the Most High. All right? Any questions, any comments, any thoughts on this lesson tonight?
Yeah, this is Shalom. This is Ya'ar.
Shalom.
And Shalom Al-Akim and Akwat. Yeah, I was just, because we often hear about others that always walking around talking about, oh, it was a miracle that this happened, or this, I'm just being blessed, and not really knowing, like what you were saying with the left hand, is enabled to do by the Most High, and they count that as a miracle of goodness from the right hand, mistakenly so. And I was thinking about when you were speaking of some of the magicians and whatnot, that with seances and with these Ouija boards and craft like that they actually tap in to the left side, and then they count it as a miracle, or they count it as something that, hey, they were able to tap into some other source. So, I just wanted to add that part too, because a lot of people may not go to that far degree, but they still be living their life in unrighteous acts, and then any type of thing that they see is some sort of blessing or something that was in their eyes miraculous or a miracle. They really have to question, which side is it coming from, which one is they're serving. So I just want to add that out.
God, and what you said was true. What we receive is a blessing, not a miracle. All right, the miracle, that whole doctrine of miracles came from Christianity. And when you merge paganism with the truth, that's what you get. You get that paganism side, believing in that witchcraft of miracles. But we believe in the blessings of the Most High. That's why Deuteronomy 28, it does not mention it does not mention miracles. It mentions what? Blessings and curses. Never mentions miracles.
Kind.
So we have to stay on that page. When we say miracles or we ask the Most High, a lot of people don't understand when you asking for something, you damn that whole prayer when you say, Lord, just give me a miracle. You just damned it. You just damn that whole prayer. Just like that. Say, Most High, give me a blessing. You might just get it.